Having a healthy sales funnel is the name of the game for anyone in business to business, or B2B. But as we know, it takes a bit of work to find leads and then nurture them through a lengthy sales cycle. Plus, there's the added challenge of being thousands of kilometres away in New Zealand. We also tend to be more laid back. Getting leads can just be having a chat with people to see who's interested in what you're selling. But when you're tackling an offshore market, that's just not going to work. International travel is expensive to start with and people are busy. Luckily, you don't have to swallow the cost of a plane ticket. B2B buyers do a lot of their research online and only spend about 20% of their decision making face-to-face, according to Gartner. If you have the right digital tools and you know how to use them, you're in a better position to keep up with competitors that are already in the market. So let's talk about how. If you're not sure who you're targeting, you could be wasting your efforts, time and money. You need to know a bit about your customer to know where to find them. Just saying, I sell to manufacturers in the USA is too broad. One way to narrow down your audience is to look at existing data you have on customers you already love in New Zealand. Think about types of companies a prospective buyer would be working for, their role in their company, where they might live, and what they'll want to know about your product. Once you've done this, you can be more specific about who you're targeting. One Kiwi exporter selling upholstery to airline customers didn't realise how precise you can get with LinkedIn. They used LinkedIn's campaign manager and were able to target specific companies and locations, right down to a particular city, and roles within the companies that might be interested. Once they worked this out, they were able to reach the right people. So get super clear on your buyer persona to save money and time talking to the wrong people. When you know who you're targeting and how they behave, you can do a bit of digging to find out where they'd find you online. If you're selling residential lights and your overseas customers are architects, where are they going when they want information? It's really easy to think a good website is all you need, but you could be missing out on quality leads if you're not hanging out where they're hanging out, whether that's on LinkedIn, Facebook, or a local trade journal. There might be some really niche places worth knowing about depending on what you're selling. A quick Google search can give you a few ideas. You might be able to see if there's an association in your industry and dig a bit deeper to find more spin-off organisations or groups. So they found you online, great. The question is, what happens next? You need their details. It's the same online as it is for a trade show. If you don't capture their details, you just missed out on a lead. The key, not being afraid to ask. Ultimately, the quicker you get the actual details of the leads in the top of your funnel, the easier it will be to nurture them the rest of the way with targeted content and more personalised experiences. When it comes to digital, most people are used to handing over their information in exchange for something. Almost everyone has given up their email address in exchange for a good report or white paper. We call this a lead magnet. It offers something a bit more valuable than a weekly newsletter. Maybe it answers a specific question. If you're not tracking your leads and trying to get their details, it's basically like sitting at a trade show, not knowing who's walking by. So there are no guarantees, but it's safe to say that you can't assume what works for you in New Zealand will work overseas. It's about testing and learning, understanding what works and what hasn't, and developing your strategy from there. For more information and help on exporting, please visit my NZTE.